Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we crack open corporate secrets and turn confusing documents into plain English. Today we're diving into Houlihan Lokey Incorporated's latest filing, and let me tell you, it's got some interesting votes to unpack. So, buckle up because we're going to decode what really happened at Houlihan Lokey Incorporated's recent shareholder meeting and what it means for the company's future. And before we get started, if you want more of these deep dives that cut through the corporate jargon, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Also, our Discord community is the place to be for even more discussions, and you can find that link in the description below. Alright, on September 17th, 2025, Houlihan Lokey Incorporated held its annual meeting with its shareholders. Think of it as the company's yearly checkup, and a chance for owners to weigh in on how things are being run. This particular report, a Form 8K, is basically a way for companies to announce major events that shareholders should know about right away. And at this meeting, there were three main things on the agenda, like a company's report card. First up, they voted on who would be on the board of directors for the next 3 years. These are the folks who make the big decisions for the company. We saw votes for Scott L. Beiser, Todd J. Carter, and Paul Azuba. Now, looking at the numbers here, Scott L. Beiser got 190,098,660 and had 19,652,037 votes withheld. Todd J. Carter received 190,572,180 votes for and 19,178,517 withheld. And Paul Azuba received 184,094,657 votes for and 25,656,040 votes withheld. What is interesting is that usually these director elections are pretty straightforward and most of the votes are for them. When you see a decent number of withheld votes, it can sometimes signal that some shareholders might have had some reservations about a particular nominee, or maybe they just felt differently about their performance. It is not a red flag necessarily, but it is something to keep an eye on for future meetings. Next, and this is usually a big one for everyone involved, they had an advisory vote on executive compensation. Essentially, shareholders were asked if they approved of how the top executives were paid. Here, the company saw 201,286,055 votes cast in favour, and only 8,431,930 against. This shows a pretty strong approval for the compensation packages, which means shareholders are generally happy with how the leadership team is being rewarded for their work. It is called a non-binding vote because while it shows shareholder sentiment, the board doesn't have to change anything based on it, but ignoring it can cause a stir. And finally, they needed to officially approve who's going to be checking the company's financial books for the upcoming year. This is like getting the official stamp of approval from an independent auditor, and in this case, shareholders overwhelmingly ratified the appointment of KPMG LLP as the independent registered public accounting firm. We saw 210,493,516 votes for this. This high level of approval means everyone is comfortable with KPMG doing the auditing, which is crucial for maintaining trust in the company's financial reporting. When you have a strong vote of confidence in your auditor, it adds a layer of credibility that investors really value. The report is then signed off by Christopher M. Crane, who holds the important titles of General Counsel and Secretary. This shows the official record keeping and legal oversight for these shareholder decisions. So, what is the takeaway from all these votes? Well, it appears the shareholders of Houlihan Lokey Incorporated are largely aligned with the current direction of the company. The directors were approved with strong majority votes, and the executive compensation received a significant nod of approval. The ratification of KPMG also suggests a smooth and trusting relationship with their auditors. Looking at the big picture, Houlihan Lokey Incorporated seems to be operating with a good degree of shareholder confidence. The voting results indicate a healthy relationship between the company's management and its owners. This can often translate into a more stable and predictable operating environment, which is generally a positive sign for investors. What is your take on these results? Do they signal a company on solid ground, or are there subtle hints that we should be looking closer at? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more corporate insights. And don't forget to join the conversation in our Discord community, linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode of Corporate Decoder.